What's up, everybody? Give it a few minutes. What's up, Frank? How you doing? This is Dare Creative, Freestyle Komics, Short Fuse Media, Super Mad Brother, and the most enthusiastic man in comics, although it doesn't seem like it right now because I'm freaking tired. But that's all right. It happens, right? So here we have another episode of Dare Creatives. I'm at work too, Frank. I'm doing fine, just tired, man. I'm just trying to catch up. There's Sean Mack in here, yes, sir. Let's get some. Let's get a couple shares of this across, huh? Not very prepared today. I wanted to do this show early because I got some stuff I'm working on and I'm gonna be knee deep in it. Be knee deep in some artwork tonight that I need to get done immediately. And if I would have stopped, it would have messed up my flow. So I'm gonna try to work right through it tonight and get it done. So what have I done? Where have I been? Wizard World, Chicago. I just came from there. And I had some pretty cool stories from Wizard World. So we're going to be talking about Wizard World, the comic book convention, how I did, all freestyle did, some fun stuff that happened, you know, just talking about the show overall. Cool. As I share this. I'm going to share this here. Oh, my that preview is taking forever to come up. I hate when it does that. I hate when it does not show the preview. Like, for what reason do you not have to show the preview? What's up, Mason? What's up, Dorfees? What's up, Christopher? What's up, Laura? All right, so let's talk about Wizard World. I've been trying to use my phone more for note-taking and things like that. So Wizard World, 4-day show in Rosemont, Chicago, at the Donald E. Stevens? Yeah, I think it's Stevens, Convention Center. And starting on Thursday, ending on Sunday. And Saturday is Wizard's highest number of attendees or tickets sold in any show that they do in a year. So they get their biggest attendance on Saturday at Wizard World Chicago. I never knew that. I knew it was definitely one of their bigger shows, one of their biggest shows. I knew that for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I did not know that. So Chicago is kind of a big freaking deal. Normally, it is done in 3 showrooms, but it was not done in 3 showrooms. That's a lie. It did have a 3rd showroom, but they exclusively saved that for very specific things that you had to go up there for. It wasn't like an open floor where there was a bunch of stuff there and pulled the crowd or distracted the crowd from the other 2 show floors. And then the other floor room was stars and vendors and things like that. And then in the room I was in, it was crafting, it was comic books, it was Artist Alley, and some vendors as well. And then next to us, there was the video games, the anime, and things like that. Actually, what's up, Andrew? Really dug the layout. Like, the layout wasn't a bother to me at all. We had a ton of traffic. It was good paced traffic as well. I was the only sad thing. The only thing I was disappointed in is I did not get to go see Topanga, and I really wanted to go see Topanga from Boy Meets World, but that's neither here nor there. So get there, get set up, do the setup, got the prints up, premiered a new print there, sold a couple of them. I did Deku. Hey, what's up? I did Deku from My Hero Academia. If you've been watching my stuff, you know I'm a big fan of the show. All right, so I'm trying to. Let's see here. Big fan of the show. What is he like? Whoa, she is hot. So when I go to comic book conventions, as you know, I promote that I'm at the show. I change my Facebook banner, I change my Facebook profile page for the Freestyle Komics page, the Art of Mike Watson page, and my personal Facebook page as well. Why, internet, are you moving slow? So what's up, Danny and Rick? So went here, got a corner booth here, so I was right on the corner, prime real estate to set up the books, set up the prints, set up my commissions, and I always bring a portfolio of my artwork, like previously things that I've drawn, you know, things that I've used for prints, and I still got the pencils, inks, and layouts. I always bring that stuff with me, and I have that stuff for sale. You never know who'd be interested in buying your original artwork. So Thursday actually popped off pretty cool. No complaints about Thursday, because Thursdays are just like, Thursday's just a bonus. If you get something on Thursday, that's just, oh great, that it gives me a head start. If you don't get something on Thursday, you're like, it's Thursday, who cares? You know, it's the warm up day. It's to get here and, you know, set up. Thursday's all bonus. If you get something, great. If you don't, you're like, oh well, didn't expect I'd do that well on Thursday anyway. That's just general consensus. The Thursday popped. I actually got I want to say Thursday I got, well, let me break this down. I don't think I put it on there. Whatever. So I think I got like a commission on Thursday. Two commissions on Thursday. Sold a couple books. Sold a few prints. Nothing too devastating, great, but you know, did over $100 on the Thursday. And, you know, the chance wasn't that great because it was a Thursday. So people were circulating around and whatnot, but I wasn't mad at it. On average, that's decent. That's nothing to complain about at all. It's way better than making nothing. The commissions really helped me out there, so it was nice to get those and knock those out. Friday was a bit of the same flow from Thursday, same numbers but more commissions that day. Saturday, which was the day that I was expecting to go bananas on, slow. Well, it was slow, and the purchases was far and few in between. And it was not that there was no traffic, because there definitely was traffic. There's people there. What's the date on the next Vigilance comic? We don't have a date for the next Vigilance comic. We are still in the brainstorming session of how we want the issue to go. We know what we want to happen in the issue. It's getting it there and making it make sense for what we want for a new 3-issue story arc. So she's in the works right now. But as far as I'm concerned, ASAP. I know people want to get that. So Saturday was better than Friday by itself, and it was better than Thursday by itself. But Thursday and Friday combined was still better than my Saturday, which I was really alarmed at because there was a ton of people there. And I was talking to people, and, you know, looking back at things and thinking maybe I was a little too dependent on my Hypeline ticket giveaway, because I've had a lot of success with that lately, and a ton of people just come to my table from that. I said no, but people in Chicago were not buying the free item. They didn't give a damn about the free item. Like there were some people that were, but like it wasn't like how it was at other shows where I get a bunch of people like, oh shoot, yeah, I want a free item. I'll come over your table. Like a lot of people just didn't get it. Like, oh, okay, whatever, no, I'm good. You know, you can't force that type of stuff on people, whatever. But this is probably the first time where a lot of people did not jump on it. But I made sure to give out like 100 tickets, over 100 tickets each day. And so out of 100 and some tickets I gave away, I was getting around 25 to 30 people coming and bringing the tickets back, and then trying to convert those. The best day for conversion for me was Sunday. I was rocking at a 50% rate. I don't know who that is calling me. I was rocking at a 50% conversion rate. I had some friends I met from Twitter at the con. They are going to Dragon Con tomorrow. Yeah, man, Dragon Con. Everybody's going to Dragon Con. Except for me. Wish I'd go. But I was rocking like 50% conversion rate on Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not the greatest conversion rate, but I had walk-ups, so that stemmed the tide some. But because of having an excellent Sunday, ended up hitting my average for my Wizard World show appearances, which was nice. Maybe there's somebody I know that left a voicemail, but it might be a robot. Robots leave voicemails. We'll check that later. All right, so where was I? Okay, so books. Now I sold 76 comic books at Wizard World Chicago. About 6 of those I gave away for free though, and I'm gonna tell you why. Oh wait, let me tell you about the rude dude that I had come up to me. That was ridiculous. All right, that was a little bit annoying. I know I don't have a whole lot of. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't normally have like a lot of bad stories to tell from my appearances. What's up, chat? At Wizard World, but this one, although it was like a 5-minute incident, it was really annoying. So this guy comes up, sees all the comic books laid out. I got them all out, all 5 titles, rocking them, and he says, from a marketing standpoint, why 5 separate books and not just one with multiple issues? I was like, because after the first book we dropped, Hotshot, we introduced a few characters that people gravitated towards and wanted to see them in their own books, and expansion was just natural. But from my viewpoint, Sean believes it because I didn't have a lineup. I had an attitude, but y'all have seen me at shows with a fro, and I've been just fine. So the crispy lineup had nothing to do with it. So he's like, from my standpoint as a consumer, I'm more willing to take a risk on one book that has more books than 5 separate ones. How do you explain doing that? Then it's not expected for you to buy all the books. I just do a pitch. I tell you a little bit about each book, give you a little glimpse of it, and let you choose. I want you to get the book that you like, what book gravitates to you, so I give you a little information. But what if I hear all that and I still only want the one? Then you just get the one book. It's not that big of a deal. And it's continued on, and then finally I understood what he was saying. I was like, oh well, see, here's the thing. All these books have multiple issues. All of them, especially Hotshot has the most. All our back issues are on the rack. These are our new issues that just came out. He's like, oh, okay, so let me check out these books then. Yeah, you can get, you can latch on one book. But at the end of the day, I don't want anybody. If I just had one book with multiple issues, then I am cutting myself short on the potential of someone buying a book. Because if I just had Hotshot with the issues that it is, then I'm going to have a 50-50 hit. Either they're going to buy it or they're not, versus having 5 other titles that might be more in line with what they like. I want somebody to walk away with my table with a book, at the very least. I want you to walk away. I don't want you to walk away from my table without a book. So I want you to give you options. And so he got that. And, he's looking at books and he's like, so how about a deal? How about a deal? I'll be back. I'll be sure to come back and have a deal worked out for me. I'm like, whatever. So I give him one of my tickets. I was like, if you come back and you actually buy something, I'll give you something free. Which is something I tried, which actually did work. I'll get into that a little bit later. So time goes by, it's probably about hours. So he comes back over. I'm in the midst of something. What's up, Rico? I'm in the midst of it with some customers already, and we're having a good time. We're laughing, we're joking. I think I just did a commission for somebody, and they had picked up some books and stuff too. And it was a good conversation I was having with him. He was waiting patiently, and Laura took care of him. She was standing there, so she wrapped him up, started helping out with the books, and so he was waiting for me, and finally got to him, and I was like, what'd he say? He said, all right, I'm getting $8. What can you do for me? I was like, all right, $8, that's $40. I'll let you get one free, so 35. He looks at me and goes, 30. 35, sir. He's like, come on. I think 30 is the better number. Yeah, I bet you do. But I'm gonna do 35. I'll knock $5 off of that for you to get the books. And so he's like, well, what about this ticket here? You said you were gonna let me get something free. Yeah, I was. I got a couple prints I'm gonna give you for buying those books to go with that, sir. Well, you keep the prints and you let me get it for $30. No, that's not how it works. Since you really want to go into this whole marketing and advertising decision choices we make, my prints cost a heck of a lot less than my books to print. That's why I've already factored them into giveaways. That's my expense to give away things for free. I've already calculated that and have that number there for me. I've already done that in consideration. So it reprints with your purchase. He's like, You know what he does? He puts back the 5 Hotshot books he was going to buy. And I'm like, really? All right. So he gets the Vigilance books. And so he has one of the variant covers for the Vigilant books. And I'm like, oh, here. Let me put that one back because that one's 10. You want the $5 cover? He's like, no, I want that cover. I was like, yeah, well, this cover's $10. He's like, well, where on your rack do you say that? On the price menu that's right next to the rack? No, that's got to be on the rack, buddy. You got it all mixed up here with your books, and they're all mixed in here. You got to have the price on here. I'm like, the menu is right here, and it shows you all the prices. That's a $10 book. I'll give it to you if you want. You can buy the book for $10, and these other books are $5. He's like, but I want that cover for $5. All right, that's not going to happen. So 10 for this one, or you can get the regular one for $5. Which one is it going to be? Then he reaches in his pocket and pulls out his wad of money. He pulls out the wad of money, like, well, either we're going to do business or we're not. And I was like, I guess we're not. You're not killing me over your $15 for these 3 books that you are probably not going to read. You're not like, if you really wanted the books, you just would have got the books. We wouldn't be going through all this haggling because at the end of the day, I am not Marvel Comics. I am not DC. I'm not Image. I'm Mike Watson with Freestyle Komics and Short Fuse Media trying to get my books out here. And the way that we get our books out here is by people buying them and reading them and talking about them. And if you really wanted to help do that and you really wanted to get some comic books, you would have got some comic books. You're not killing me over $15. All right? I just had to draw a line, man. It was just ridiculous. It was disrespectful. Wish y'all could have been there to actually witness and see how it happened. But so he walked on. I guess he thought that my feelings would be hurt and I was going to change my mind. No, I didn't. So that was fun. Now let's talk about some goodness. Took some good pictures. I took some pictures. They're up on the Freestyle Komics Facebook page. Now, I had a couple panels. I got to be on the panel Thursday. It was a real awesome panel. It was with Tony Kim from Hero Within, Hendo Art, awesome cosplayer, and I forget the other person's name. But he's doing some fantastic stuff for DC and Marvel. Okay, so the panel was great. We were just giving tips about how we do our thing, how we make money in our industry, turning our love into profit. Pretty good panel. But apparently I did good in there because a few people came back to the table and they wanted to buy some books. They were highly interested in what I was doing, which was great. And then, those people stuck around for the weekend. Like, they would come back around the table or get a couple more issues or whatnot, or just come back in and talk, talk about the books or just talking about Comic-Con in general, which was really cool. I had one person completely just come over. It's always good because, so at a show with me, I'm either getting sales from my free ticket giveaway, bringing people in, which is I call a hard sale, and random people walking by looking at your table and actually having the genuine interest, which I call as a soft sale. And a few of those come over just like looking at the book and then like, oh my God, what's this? I want it, without any haggling or anything about it. So that's always good. Now I had this mom and her son, which was adorable, come up and they got some books. They were they got Emerald Quest #1 and Hot Shot #1. And then they got them signed, and they came back the next day, got more Hot Shots. he bought 2, 3, 4, and 0, 0 and 4. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna give you issue 5, just because after you read issue 4, you're gonna be mad if you don't have issue 5. So I gave him issue 5 for free to go with those other books. I love it when people come back within the same convention weekend to get more books. That means we're doing something right with the product that we're making. And it is an awesome feeling. It's happened more than once. And it's just a really, really cool feeling. And then came back the next day and got the rest of the books, Hot Shot books. What did he get? 5, 6, 7. And so I was like, you know what? It's the last day of the show. Here, I'm going to toss them 8 and 9 just to go ahead and get it. And they came back and then they won the raffle for Vigilance #1. But they were invested. And when they came back, I was like, yeah, we're getting some more Hot Shot books because he read them last night. He really enjoyed them. His exact words to me was the best series ever. Okay? Best series ever. There's some good stuff out here. There's some good product out here. All right, man? And for, him being a kid into all this stuff and saying the Hot Shot series is the best series ever, dude, thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. There's a ton of work that goes into those books, not just from me, but from the creative team that puts those books together. I would love to see a short fuse panel with the chiefs of the staff. I would love to see that too, but we live so far away. I don't know how we're going to make that happen. But that's a good idea, Andrew. But then I also did my creative stage appearance, which was awesome. And, I hand out my tickets there too. And then I bring people back to the table with me and they buy books, which is an opportunity for me to have a platform to speak to these people, have the opportunity to sell my product and sell me. I had one lady come up and she bought Vigilance 2 and 3, but then she asked me where was Spirit's Destiny and Think Like the Dancer. She wanted the next issues of it. And I was like, oh man, those books aren't out yet. They're in work right now. Like they're in production right now. And she's like, all right. So, I had to send her to the Short Fuse Facebook page to keep her eye out for them. But that's cool because she was here last year, bought the books, and came back to get new issues. Like she knew exactly what she wanted. She was like, all right, there's Vigilance. And she was looking around for the other one. Like, dude, that's incredible. People are keeping track of your books. They want them. Like, that's another good feeling. I had one kid come up looking for me. He had a list of names of people that he follows on social media. And he wanted to come give his card, show his product, and wanted to talk about how to expand and get his name out there. And I was on his list of people to speak with. That's crazy. That's a first. Somebody actually have a little hit list of artists that they were going to find to talk to you about comics. Oh man, my this family that I met during my hype line when I was freestyling. I got some good names for the freestyle on the hype line. And this one family came me out for like a couple good joints. And they came over immediately once they had their ticket. We talked and we hung out for a little bit. They got a copy of the book, but they were very supportive. Like just shaking my hand, saying, "Hey man, really like what you're doing. Keep it up. Like this is nice." That type of stuff feels good, man. That makes you like you're out here doing stuff and like you get that reassurance from people you've never met before, and they put down support with their dollars, and then they say how much they are enjoying this, or they appreciate what you do, or keep it up. These are the things that keep you making comic books or keep you chasing after your dream. I'm going through the pictures right now, see remember some of the stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I had another guy that follows me on Facebook. Came down the way looking for books. Got the first 2 issues of Hot Shot. Came back a few hours later and then got the rest of the series. And I don't have a problem like giving people deals. I give people deals all the time, but that's my allowance on giving deals. Like I get to dictate who I give deals to and who I want to hook up and things like that. You don't start a conversation off with give me a deal. Like, dude, like you're trying to holler at me about my marketing choices and how much it costs to do this, and looking at this from a consumer perspective. Look at this from my perspective. Do you negotiate with Marvel Comics? Do you negotiate with DC about the price of their books? Do you negotiate with Image or anyone else that puts books in comic book stores? No. You go in there, you buy their books, and then you leave. Then don't disrespect me and disservice me or come up to me talking immediately, give me a deal on my books. No. I give out deals to people who are actually genuinely into it and want to get the books or whatnot, man. Like, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to lift that from me. Pass that on. Yeah, so I hooked him up, got him. They kept coming back in the books, and that's great, man. That's great. Yeah, I had Deadpool come in here. Like a couple moms came over and got books from me as well, but then like asking about diversity and how do they do this, or how did you get started doing it, or I want my kids to have a diverse book so they know there's more out there. What book would you recommend that they start with? And it's cool at FSK because literally I'm like, any book up here. There is no set formula for us on what makes a hero or villain. Anyone can be epic. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. People were picking them up. Then I had this guy come over and buy the double-page spread pencils from issue 8 of Hot Shot and pick up like 5 books with it. I was like, dang, all right. And I'm still not used to that, and I don't think that I will get used to that. Someone actually buying original pencil work from my book. That is crazy to me. Like, that's like Daryl Banks, Yuko Smith, Joe Mad, Adam Kubert, Babs. That's Leah Letts. That's comic pro level stuff when people are buying your pages. Had another person come over and get they wanted me to finish up a Batman illustration that I had in there, throw colors and stuff on it. I did some watercolors on top of it. Then he got a Spider-Gwen sketch commission from me, and I was like, man, go ahead and pick up something extra out the portfolio, pick a piece of artwork. And he was like, cool, man, thanks. And then he tipped me because I gave him a free piece of artwork. And like, I wasn't doing it to get a tip or anything like that, but it's just a simple fact that he had a respect for what I do and a respect for the art. Like, here, I'm going to give you a little bit extra because that was nice. Because again, you didn't have to do that. He already made his purchase. He already paid his money. Had some pretty good experiences in the Chi-Town. My creative stage one went really well. Those were... My panel went really good. The Art of Self-Promotion actually made it through the whole thing this time. It's posted up on our Facebook page as well. Hype Line went pretty good. And Hype Line was like 50-50. It was a bigger crowd. So maybe that's what that diluted the numbers down some on people's interest in the actual thing. I got some really good names. I got Khan. I can't even remember him. But Khan was the one that stood out for real. I loved getting Khan. That was great. But I got some very challenging ones, which always makes the freestyle interesting. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of good cosplay out there. Got to link up with Hendo Art. Like, she's fantastic. Her and her husband, I believe her husband is a photographer for her. And there's really cool people. So we did the panel together. And then we initiate a collaboration. So I'm going to do a little bit of artwork for her, and she's going to cosplay one of my characters and do a photo shoot for it. And I'm doing a few of her cool costumes, like her Cable, her Batman Beyond, and I'm adding her to the Cosplay All-Stars. But it was just really good to have a rapport with another creative and just instantly hit that collaboration. Like, oh, let's do some work together. Like, the vibe was like that. Like, boom, let's link up. Let's do some work. Let's collab. And that's always a good feeling. And I saw this awesome Pidge cosplay, right? Huge fan of Voltron. You guys all know that. I saw this awesome Pidge cosplay, and I gave her one of the drawings of my Voltron force just because I thought the cosplay was dope, and I love Pidge. Pidge is my favorite character for Voltron. Vic had stopped over at my table several times, and we saw this Spider-Man cosplay. He was like, man, you look good as Spider-Man, but can you pose as Spider-Man? And he came down, did this pose. Like, man, that's real basic. Then he raised up his arm and switched it up an angle. I was like, oh, next level. So yeah, he could pose. He definitely could pose. There was his dad and daughter as military Wolverine and X-23. It was adorable. An awesome Kill Bill cosplay that we had. So lots of different cool things. Thing I thought was crazy is that my turtle prints were selling, right? But people wouldn't buy the full 4. I'm offering 4 for $20 on a turtle prints. So that's Leo, Mikey, Donnie, and Raph. 4 for $20, you get all 4 single turtle prints. But people were only buying 2 at a time. And I'm like, what? I'm doing 2 for $15 and 4 for $20. For 1 more 5, you can have another 2 turtles. Why separate them? But people would separate them, and it threw my numbers off. So when other people wanted the full 4 set, I didn't have it anymore because 2 of the turtles were selling more than the other ones. So the most popular book at Wizard World Chicago this weekend, Hot Shot #1. Second most popular book was Vigilance #1. Then the next most popular book was Emerald Quest #1. I did not move a lot. I did not move a lot of Heroes International. Chicago, I moved a few of the full set of Hot Shots. Hot Shot #9 came in at 4th for popular. So like I said, we sold 76 books at Wizard World Chicago, and like I said, I gave about 6 of them away for freebies. Just working with people. My most popular print was tied between my Deku from My Hero Academia and Vegeta. Oh wait. Teenage Mutant Turtles in a different section. Yeah, that's a lot. Turtles killed it. Yeah, Turtles killed the game. The most popular print was Raphael, tied with Donatello and Michelangelo for 2nd, and Leo being 4th. Splinter and Yosaki tied for 5th. I'm you know what? I'm doing it. I gotta get 2 more out there. I'm gonna do Rocksteady. I'm gonna do Bebop. I'm gonna do Crane, and I'm gonna do them. I gotta do April. Let's maybe that's why they're moving. They're not moving like I want to move them in sets, right? So maybe I need to add more to the set to appeal to people. It's been a while since I did them. The last one I did was Casey and Usagi and Shredder, and that was like 2 years ago. So it's about time to get some new juice in there. And I got just some more Hero Academia prints. And I'm going to bite off of Marcus Williams for a little bit because he has this awesome print story going on with My Hero and the Incredibles and One Punch Man. I'm about to throw Freestyle Komics in there with My Hero Academia. I am super, super inspired by that damn show. That show was killing it right now. Oh, my God. It's like the perfect amount. It's like the perfect length. Great story, great characters, great use of powers, great writing. And excitement, action, all of it. Oh, so good. Let me see. Art of Mike Watson. Commissions. Yeah, I kill commissions, and then I also count my comic pages. I count my comic pages as commissions as well. So that gave me a boost. But I did a lot of commissions at the show this weekend. I did an original character, which was really, really fun. Someone gave me their OC, and I had to reinterpret it in my style. That was fun. Then, what did I draw? Those are my kids making all that noise in the background. Sorry guys, it's loading a little bit slow. I did Princess Lore from Voltron. I did an Akuma firing a Hadouken. I drew a cosplayer as her cosplay costume, going on Spider-Gwen, and then I sold Batman that I've had in my portfolio for a while. I colored it up, and then I also did Spider-Gwen. I said Spider-Gwen already, I think, and of course sold a couple of comic pages. So the commissioning was going in this past weekend. Yeah. So overall, Chicago was good. Jenny. Oh, shoot, we got some messages. Here we go. I'm sorry. I would love to see that short film. I have an idea for that. I bet you do, Sean Mack. What's up, Danielle? Well, you could always talk to Kat and see if you could do a panel talking about short fuse on comic front. Well, I've already been talking with Kat, Andrew, if you're still watching. And me and Kat are trying to coordinate and getting at the same show. That's the biggest thing. We can do a short fuse panel. I'm sure if I pitched it, I can get it approved. But it's a matter of getting us all there because we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Some of us are out of the country. Oh yeah, man, I love diversity. My main character, my diversity. My character is a hero with PTSD and bipolar. And later in the series, you see his daughter. As an adult, she has depression. It's all inspired by my own life after I was hospitalized 2 to 3 weeks ago. And comics got me out and helped me with my depression. That's awesome, Andrew. I mean, that's not awesome that you had to go through that, but that's awesome that you turned it into something, that you used it to enhance your creativity. What's up, Jenny, Kenneth, Adam? How you doing? Mason, My Hero Academia killed at my table, too. I bet it did. Mason does awesome anime prints. Brian Dalton, what's up? Adam, good times in Chicago. Yes, good times in Chicago. And I sold my first Invincible print. If you follow me, you know I absolutely adore and love Invincible from Image Comics. It's a big inspiration on how I produce the books at Freestyle Komics. And I did a print for Invincible, actual drawing for Invincible for the end of the series. Turned it into a print, and somebody finally bought it. I was going to shows, and I just didn't think people knew who it was. And finally someone was like, oh, shoot, let me get that. I was like, my man, you know what's up. Let's see here. My Disney Princess prints, they sold a little bit, but they dang sure. The Disney Princess prints always bring people to my table. So whether some shows they sell very well, some shows they don't sell at all, but without a shadow of a doubt, they always bring attention to my table. It is a, oh, shoot. Oh, goodness gracious. Allergies are killing me. It's going to have to be here. Oh. I think it's over. No, roof of my mouth is itching. It's going to happen again. But the Disney princesses are always a conversation starter, an icebreaker, and always brings people over to talk. When they see them, they're like, and the one that gets their attention the most is Mulan. Like, is that Mulan as a red lantern? And like, yes, it is. And, you know, it just gets people over. So let's talk about a couple of things I did different at the show. I was at my table, and I was losing my voice. I have a boom mic, and I use it for the hype line. And at my table, I don't. But there were so many people at the show, and it was so loud at the show that I used my mic at the table. And what this did was it helped me, obviously, save my voice, keep my voice going for the weekend. But it brought even more attention to my table. So when I had people there and I was talking, people could clearly hear me. And when and I'd have to thank Heroes International so much. So when I get to the Heroes International line of, they're a premier superhero team of our world. They're just like your Justice League or your Avengers, except they suck. Whenever people who heard that, when they were walking past and heard me talk, they stopped in their tracks and came back and listened a little bit more. Some of them came all the way over. Some of them kept walking, but I got people to stop. And then to put more people at my table than the people that were already at my table, which made other people look and say, oh, what's going on over there? What's going on over there? So it helps. I don't normally use the boom mic at my table, but if there's enough space, if there's enough noise, I keep it at a regulated level. And I use it, but I do use it when I have a crowd of people and I'm doing my raffle tickets and stuff like that. And I really enjoy raffle tickets. Man, so I've been in Chicago the last 3 years with publishers. My first back after I took a sabbatical or time off or whatever, I came back and I went there with Legacy Rising Publications. We met these two guys there, and they really liked the books, man. They really liked the books. They bought all the books that we had at the show. And they entered a raffle. I did the raffle where I have half an hour to draw something in ink, and they entered a raffle and they won. I took a picture with them. They were awesome, really cool guys. And then I came back last year with Short Fuse. And they entered the raffle again. They came in and got their new issues, updated their issues, got a couple of new books. And then they won the raffle again. So I drew their picture for them, took a pic with them. That's 2 years in a row. Same guys. 1, 2 years in a row. They come back again this year. And they're like, yeah, we're here for the raffle and we're here to get our books. That's what they say to me. That's Adam. That's what they say to me when they come up. They're like, we're here for the raffle and we're here for our books. I love it. So they come in, they get their books. They're like, oh, hold up, which one am I missing? You know, that's always the best. That's one of my favorite conversations to have, helping people remember what books they have, where do they leave off. Because I literally don't see them for a year. And so you know to expect new issues. So it's just a great conversation to have. So they get their new issues, they get their raffle tickets, come back around. Do you know this dude won again? Adam won again. 3 years in a row. 3 years at Chicago in a row, he's won the raffle contest for the free drawing. Ridiculous. And I did not pick the ticket. I had my new friend pick it up, and because we were freestyling, and he pulled the ticket, and still was his. So crazy, crazy stuff happening in the Chi-town of Chicago. Trying to think, do we have any more stories? I had a great encounter with the Nasty Boys that I'm not going to talk about on here because it's quite embarrassing. I'm gonna copy the link to the picture. I'm actually posting a picture right now of them. Yes, Adam was pretty upset that Chris won again, and there they go. I just posted it in there. These guys come and get their artwork. They come and get their books every year, man. You look, real talk. You fans and people that come and get your books at these events, these comic conventions, and they come every year, and they come find you and they come get their books. Man, you gotta give them love, man. You gotta show them love and loyalty. So I mean, they get hooked up every year they come, man. I can't, that's great that they are supporting us, getting our books, and they enjoy them, and they want to participate in what we do. So I got them their books. I gave them a couple prints for free, hooked them up, put them in their plastic bags, and they clearly was like, this guy understands what it means for customer service, for loyalty, and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna. If you're coming back and you're buying books every year, I'm gonna hook you up, man, because that makes me happy. That makes me feel good that you are still willing to get stuff from us year after year and come to the show. So I've had people saying they don't like buying the books online. They want to have the experience of coming to the convention and buying the books, which is perfectly fine with me because I want that experience too. Yeah, I think that's I'm just trying to think what else is going on. What's crack-a-lacking for Chicago? What else? I think that's all we did, man. Panels. Sean Mack came down on Saturday. He brought his boys down. Came down and hung out with me on Saturday. We had a lot of talks. He hung out. We acted goofy. We had some Chinese food together. We had a good time. So that was good. Publisher of Short Fuse Media came and hung out with just little old me, one of the joint chiefs of Short Fuse. Just came to spend some time, and that was great. That was real good. We had a good time. We laughed. We joked. We gave each other shit. All types of goodness. I think that's it, man. I think that's what we're gonna call it. I'm gonna call this episode a wrap on Dear Creative. Be sure Kat's Kickstarter for Like Father Like Daughter is still happening. Let me get you a link to that because they are really close to hitting their first stretch goal. And I actually, what you mean sign it? I should be signed it. I actually just did a pinup for Kat for Like Father Like Daughter that you guys should check out. That she will be premiering at Baltimore Comic Con at the end of the month of September. But guys should help Catherine. What the heck? That looks cool. Guys should help Catherine get to her goal, and Short Fuse get to their goal. Let's see, Like Father Like Daughter. I'm gonna give you a link here in just 1 second. Bam, here it is. It's 100 plus page trade for like father, like daughter. Send me your donations. Holler at Kat. Let Kat know that you donated. Let Kat know that you're sharing it. All that good stuff. Where are we at? That $3,927. So we hit our goal, and we are going for the first stretch goal of 4,200. So we're super close. I'm sure there's more stretch goals right after that first one. We're rocking at 139 backers. It's another short fuse product, man. So you know what it is. We always deliver, and we're gonna make that happen. So I'm out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next week. Stephanie Jermaine, darling. I'll catch you guys next week for next episode of Dear Creative. And it looks like I am going to be at Wizard World Tulsa next week. So there's a show. It just does not stop, man. So catch you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in.